And welcome, folks. Welcome to another episode of Freaky Game Friday. And I can't believe we're only 4 episodes in and we're already scraping the bottom of the barrel. Because this is Duke Nukem 3D for the Sega Mega Drive. And you thought Doom on the 32X was bad. This is a whole nother level. Now you're probably asking yourself, why was this released on the Sega Mega Drive, a 16-bit system, when Doom was released on the 32X, and the Super Nintendo version of Doom had the fancy chips and things. They didn't even release the Duke Nukem 3D on the Super Nintendo, to my knowledge. They had to wait till the N64 to do that. Well, this game, to my knowledge, is not an official port of the game. Partly because A, it was only released in South America, and B, it was made in 1998. Way after the Sega Mega Drive was discontinued, and way after the Sega Saturn had already come out. In fact, the Sega Saturn already had a port of this game. So as you can tell, just by looking at it, this game is terrible. It makes Wolfenstein 3D look like, I don't know, Rage on a 360. So where should I start with the complaints? Well, because this is on a Sega Genesis, Sega Mega Drive, whatever. Because this is on a Mega Drive controller, you have to use a D-pad. And because there's a D-pad, there's no strafing. In fact, the only thing you can do is just turn left or right, move forward and back. And because of that, it makes it really hard to get hit, not to get hit, and to aim. Because unlike Doom, this game has no... Well, in Doom, you point straight forward and your bullets come out right in front of you. In Duke Nukem 3D, and in all versions of the game, the bullets come out slightly to the side, like, you know, you're actually holding it with your arm. The problem with that is that it's very hard to judge depth perception in this game. Because you expect the bullets just to come right out in front of you, and you have no way of telling where exactly they're going to go, especially over long distances like shown here. Another problem is that ammo appears to be very scarce in this game. Because, as you can see, there is no ammo pickups anywhere. Not on bodies, not on the floor, nowhere. In fact, I've tried playing this game several times and I've never ever found any ammo, ever. Admittedly, I've only ever gotten to the end of the second level because this game just makes me want to shoot something cute. Another problem. That ship thing there, if it explodes near you, instant death, no matter how high your health is. And as you saw with this door, you have to blow up a barrel in order to get to it. If you don't have a bullet left, you cannot get past this part of the game. Or you cannot get past that door. Because if you try to do so, you'll just blow up and die. As you see, by freak accident, I managed to survive with only 4 pieces of health. So now I'm trying to figure out where everything is. I hit a switch, and there's no obvious idea as to what the switch is activated. I can see it's there, and there's a ship there, because if I go near that thing, it'll blow up and kill me. I can't do anything. And as you can see now, there are facehuggers. Or this game's attempt at them. And I find a shotgun. No ammo for the shotgun, and I'm pretty sure I ran over the shotgun twice while trying to pick it up. But I'm not one to complain about that, because now we can actually shoot. So now we're trying to find the blue keycard. And we got more alien facehugger things. Luckily we can just shoot them because now we have bullets. So if this game wasn't so terrible, I'd herald it as a brand new survival horror gem. But this game is just terrible. Probably why it was only released in South America. And as you're about to see, it is very easy to die in this game. Because the enemies they take quite a lot, they either A, take quite a lot of bullets, or B, you can't hit them because you can't tell where you're aiming. So it means that you're probably going to lose 20 health to every enemy. And because of the turning sensitivity, and because the fact that, to my knowledge, if you try and turn and shoot, you just spin in place and you can't hit anything, so it makes it almost impossible to realign yourself properly, you will lose about 20 pieces of health before you even start. I mean, look at that. those enemies in the other room can shoot me, and all I see is a single pixel. And the enemies are now killing me from behind because that ship exploded behind me and I had no depth perception as to where it would be. Get used to seeing this level, folks, because I do not get past it. This is the total episode. Me just raging. So I've tried to do some research on this game, and by research I mean I googled it. And to my knowledge, this game, pretty much this is the whole game. There's only one episode in the entire game, and that's the second one, can't remember what it's called. But that means you don't get the famous LA meltdown levels, or, you know, the strip clubs or anything like that. You're left with this, grey corridors. I'd make a joke about this being a modern 3D shooter, but I would honestly choose Medal of Honor Warfighter over this. So now my attempt is to try and run around the enemy. The thing is, their bullets seem to track you, because they seem to have no problems hitting me dead on straight. And now I'm down to 4 health, and I die again. Now, you might have noticed that it says that it keeps saying, do you wish to load? Well, this game does have a save feature, but there's only one problem. I have no idea of how to activate that save feature. I know that it involves a button on the 6-button controller, and I do actually have the 6 buttons binded, but no matter what button I hit, I don't get a save thing, I don't get a load thing, I don't get any other buttons, so I don't know how you do it. I've tried looking it up, but it seems to be that nobody has really bothered to try and tell me this. And to be honest, I don't really care. And if you are writing in the comments below, oh, you have to hold down A, B, start, and Z if you want to save the game, I really don't care, because the fact this game might have defenders, quite frankly, makes me die a little inside. Because this game is terrible, as I have stated over the past 7 minutes. So at this point, I'm just trying to figure out, are there any secret rooms I can find? Is there a doorway with like more ammo behind it? And I have clicked all over these walls, and right there, I was shooting straight at the wall. I had no way to recalibrate my aiming, so I'm left with kicking. And because I'm now left with kicking, there is no way for me to actually win. Like I cannot get out of this room. Because you need to blow up that barrel in order to open the door. And because going near the barrel while it explodes kills you, and I'm left with a point blank range foot, that means I cannot proceed with the game. So I have to die. I would honestly rather be playing Doom on the 32X right now. At least that was a good game buried underneath terrible graphics. This is just a terrible game buried underneath terrible graphics. Like, you know that Doom port that they made for the VIC-20, which is basically the Commodore 64, but only a lot older? That plays a lot better than this game. You ever played, what do I call it? I believe somebody made a Wolfenstein 3D on the Amiga. That plays better than this game. I'm pretty sure that if you were to build if you were to make Duke Nukem 3D on a Pong machine, it would play better than this. It is just a pile of rude words. It's made my dog turn away from me in disgust. That's how bad we've gotten, folks. This game has disgusted my dog. So now I'm just trying to... Basically, my one goal with this was get past the first level. Spoiler alert, I don't. So now I'm trying to run through and hope for the best method. And that doesn't work, because the enemies blow up and kill you instantly. At this point I'm considering just stopping the game, but no, I have to make this a full-length episode. So now, you're probably asking yourself, who was this game made for? Well, the answer for that is very simple. You see, in countries like countries like South America, in continents like South America, country like Brazil and things, they tend to keep with older consoles, and bootlegging isn't seen as like a bad thing. So for this game to be released down there, where a Nintendo 64 or a PlayStation or even a PC would most likely cost a lot of money, making a Sega version of the game makes sense. But the problem with that is that the minute you see the proper version of the game, or even a better port of the game, you realise that this game is terrible and you want nothing to do with it ever again. I mean, I will give it credit where credit's due. They managed to fit a game that was very highly demanding of PCs at the time, and they managed to fit it into a 16-bit cartridge. And they managed to get actual, digitized voices, like maybe 3. They managed to all get that into a cartridge, and I can commend them for the effort. But the point still stands that this is a bad game. Now, I'm not saying that Duke Nukem 3D itself is a bad game. I, for one, enjoy the game. I don't like it as much as I like Doom, for example, but I can still say that it is a very good game. But I feel it has the same problems that Sonic Genesis had, if you know what that game is. I might even have to do an episode on that at some point. In which it's a great game buried underneath a terrible, terrible choice of system. Mostly because the system was out of date at this point. In this case, it was why make this game on a Sega Mega Drive when as you can see right there, the barrels explode, meaning there's no way to get past that without shooting it. But as I was saying, it brings up the same problem of why make this game on a Mega Drive when the Sega Saturn and the Dreamcast was going to come out, in the same way of why make a Sonic the Hedgehog port on the Game Boy Advance when the DS had come out the same year. Or the year before, I can't remember. I think it was the year before. Probably. So we're coming towards the end of the episode, and I'm actually doing a very good run at this point. I haven't died, I've still got bullets. And I'm trying to do the sniping game. It doesn't work because the enemies can't be seen but for the difference of the walls. And as you can see, I'm now down to the boot and trying to grab the shotgun, and I run right into it, and it doesn't pick it up. It doesn't pick it up, and I die. Yippity doo-dah. Well, I call that the end. I can take no more. So, I've been Grandmaster Scott A. This has been Duke Nukem 3D on the Mega Drive, and I see you next time. Jesus, I need to play a better game.